Super Mario is arguably the most famous video game character in history. The little man dressed in red has permeated pop culture, passed the time by picking off piranha plants, and he's plumbed his way into our hearts.
Plumbed? Really?
He's a plumber. He plumbs.
I'm Michael Nixon.
And I'm Diana DeKylo, and this is Geek Crash Course.
Plum. Super Mario was created by Japanese video game designer Shigeru Miyamoto.
Mario has appeared in over 200 video games, 116 of which he has been the main or one of the main characters.
Mario has been voiced by Charles Martinet since 1994 with the recording of Super Mario 64.
And Mario is basically Nintendo's go-to poster boy for just about anything. Mario is a portly Italian plumber, the older of the two Mario brothers. He's mainly the protagonist and hero in most of the video games. He wears a red hat and overalls, which I don't have, and a red t-shirt.
Luigi is Mario's younger, taller brother, usually the second player in Super Mario games that, have a two-player thing. Green shirt, hat. I don't have a hat or overalls.
Peach is Mario's love interest and the damsel in distress type. She bakes cakes, she likes pink dresses, and she's completely useless. I mean, based on the amount of time she's been kidnapped, you'd think she'd invest in a security system by now?
Bowser is Mario's main adversary, a weird, mutant, spiky, turtle, dragon-looking guy. He wears leather bracelets and kidnaps women and keeps them in his tower, which is kind of weird.
Donkey Kong is generally a baddie. He's a big King Kong ape-inspired type character. He's a lot of brawn, very little brain, just kind of big. Yoshi is this little green dinosaur creature that acts as Mario's trusty steed on his adventure to rescue the girl, always. Mario can ride Yoshi, whose coolest and really unique ability is to eat a bad guy and poop him out as a Yoshi egg.
Toad is a friendly little toadstool dude. He's often inserted into games to help you out, pass on messages, that sort of thing.
Goombas are these little brown blobby guys that walk around. They're the basic enemy that will damage Mario if he walks into them, but other than that, they hang around, they just wait to get squished. And fun fact, they were modeled after the shiitake mushroom.
Koopa Troopas are turtle-like enemies, and their shells can be used as a weapon if you stomp on them. Which sounds really violent, actually.
Yeah. Wario is evil Mario. They took the M and flipped it upside down and did a color palette reverse, and he's fat, evil, angry Mario.
Palette swap. Waluigi is basically the same thing for Luigi. He's an evil Luigi, and the only reason he exists is because in Mario Tennis, Wario needed a doubles partner. Mario was named after the landlord of Nintendo's United States office.
Mario's first ever appearance was in 1981 in the Donkey Kong arcade game. He appeared as Jumpman, a carpenter attempting to save his lady friend, Pauline, from Donkey Kong at a construction site gone wrong.
That's also one of the earliest platform games ever created.
This same formula of saving a damsel in distress was applied to a lot of the future Mario games, but Pauline became Princess Peach, and Mario's main adversary became Bowser. His profession was also changed from carpenter to plumber because of the amount of time he spent in the sewers.
In 1983, he made his first appearance as Mario in the Mario Brothers arcade game. He and Luigi have to beat a bunch of creatures in the sewers, series of tubes. It's really a basic platform game, and it's appeared as an Easter egg or bonus level in a lot of other games.
1985 was the first time you could bring Mario home for yourself. The game was Super Mario Brothers, and it was for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
NES.
Mario has to work his way through Mushroom Kingdom, squishing Goombas and Koopa Troopas, to battle Bowser and save Princess Peach from an 8-bit Bowser.
1990 introduced Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo, or SNES. In this one, Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi, in his video game debut, battled Bowser, saved Princess Peach, and Yoshi's home of Dinosaur Land.
The game to have for Super Nintendo, Mario had even more special items to interact with. Now, we'd already seen the Super Mushroom, which made him get taller, the Fire Flower, which let him shoot fireballs, and the Superstar, which made him invincible for a short while. But Super Mario World introduced the Spin Jump to kick enemy butt, and the Cape Feather, allowing him to fly.
It also introduced Yoshi, his trusty dinosaur companion, who Mario could ride and who could do the the egg pooping thing we talked about.
In 1996, Nintendo came out with Super Mario 64 for Nintendo 64. It's my favorite game ever. Princess Peach invites Mario to her castle for a cake she baked. But Bowser, however, has imprisoned Peach, shocking, and her castle using 120 Power Stars. Mario must beat the various worlds and rooms in the game, get Power Stars, save Peach after 3 epic battles with Bowser, but they're not so epic, you just kind of throw him off a platform by his butt. And then when you win, Peach kisses Mario and gives him the cake she baked.
There better have been one tasty cake. It's one of the first ever 3D games. It's considered to be like the best and most revolutionary game by critics, designers, game fans, everybody. It's a ground-up redesign of the Super Mario concept. Levels are based on achievement rather than just getting from point A to B. There's no time limit or really any limits in general.
Mario has more abilities than ever before. He can walk, run, jump, crouch, crawl, flip, swim, climb, punch, kick, and in certain instances, he can fly, become invisible, or be completely made of metal. And Super Mario 64 was remade in 2004 for the DS because it's that good.
2002 saw the release of Super Mario Sunshine for the Nintendo GameCube.
Also known as GameCube.
It takes place on the tropical Isle of Delfino, where Mario is accused of graffitiing the island. He's ordered to clean it up, and while doing so, looks for the real culprit, Shadow Mario. We found out that Shadow Mario is actually Bowser Jr. Big Bowser came to Isle Delfino for a tropical vacation, and it turns out that causing mischief is genetic.
Now, as far as gameplay goes, the Nintendo creators originally intended to have a direct sequel to Super Mario 64 called Super Mario 128. When that idea was scrapped, they took several already developed aspects of the game and funneled them into Super Mario Sunshine. The game has elements similar to Super Mario 64, but with the added bonus of the Flood, F-L-U-D-D, a water-squirting jetpack gun accessory thing, as well as the ability to ride Yoshi.
Super Mario Sunshine received acclaim for its gameplay, its graphics, its creativity, and its interactivity. It was also released as a Player's Choice title the following year.
In 2007, Nintendo released Super Mario Galaxy for the Wii.
Or the Wii.
Mario is invited to a star festival by Princess Peach. The party is then crashed by Bowser, who, you guessed it, abducts Peach and her castle and flies off into space. The game is spent, surprise, surprise, attempting to rescue Peach and her kingdom.
Set in outer space, Mario travels from galaxy to galaxy, 42 in all, to collect Power Stars. Each galaxy has several planets and locations in space for Mario to explore. A brand new aspect of Super Mario Galaxy is that each object has its own gravitational force, and Mario can jump from object to object.
Although Mario has classic moves such as long jumps and somersaults taken from Super Mario 64, the game takes advantage of the motion-controlled Wii Remote and Nunchuck, and it can help you direct Mario as he floats through space. It adds a spin technique, and it's used for motion-based activities like climbing and unscrewing bolts. This year, we'll see the release of Super Mario 3D Land for the Nintendo 3DS. While there aren't many specifics out yet, I think it's safe to say the plot will involve saving Princess Peach.
That's a good call. Super Mario 3D Land is purported to combine elements from all of the previous Mario games. You'll see the return of the Super Mushroom, and thus the return of Small Mario and Big Mario, as well as the Fire Flower and accompanying fireballs, the Wall Jump and Ground Pound from N64, but will lack a Mario who can gain the ability to fly.
New features will include teleportation blocks and bonus rooms, and bringing it back to the original game, there will be a time limit in which you need to complete each level. Shigeru Miyamoto has said the game will resemble a cross between Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Galaxy, with a few original elements thrown in. Mario was designed with a hat so that the creators wouldn't have to animate his hair and eyebrows when he jumps, flies, or swims underwater. For homework, we suggest any of the games we mentioned, but specifically Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Galaxy. If you like Mario as a character and want even more, we recommend Super Mario Kart for the N64 or the Wii, the Mario Party series of games, as well as Super Smash Bros.
I love Super Smash. In the avoid, I would say avoid every television series ever made based on Super Mario. None of them lasted more than a season, for a reason. Mario's a character from video games. I think you should stay in video games. Also, don't watch the movie, ever.
Each week on Geek Crash Course, we ask an extra credit question. If you answer correctly on Twitter, Facebook, or through our contact page at geekcrashcourse.com, you could be next week's Geek of the Week.
This week, no one correctly answered that the space probe Pioneer 1 was sent to the moon.
This week's extra credit question is, although Mario is typically known as a plumber, he has been depicted with several different occupations throughout the years. Name 3.
Super Mario and Nintendo, the creator of the character, hold 7 Guinness World Records, including most prolific video game character.
Thanks for watching, but unfortunately it's game over for this week's Geek Crash Course.
If you want to continue, over to Twitter, Facebook, or our website, geekcrashcourse.com, you can ask questions, post comments, or suggest topics for future episodes.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week on Geek Crash Course. Bloop, 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 bloop.